Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tanner and I'm a graphic designer. I always kind of struggle doing these intros. I have no idea what to really say or do besides just saying hello and welcoming you back. And as you can see, hopefully the video and audio quality are miles better than they were in my last video. I know it sounded and looked like I was recording on a potato inside a McDonald's. My wife was very generous to allow me to use her fancy camera equipment, so this should be the standard for quality moving forward. But today is special because I have been working on this for a long time, and I know my channel is new as well in terms of displaying my graphic design stuff. For a while, I have been redesigning my portfolio. As a designer, you know that your portfolio is the most important and primary way of displaying your work and trying to get yourself seen as a designer by companies or whoever you want to do work for. And to me, it's special because I feel like it's just been needing an update, and I've been working quite hard on it, so I'm quite proud, and I'm just gonna display that today. So a part of that, I'm going to show my old portfolio, which is the portfolio that I graduated from design school with, and then I'm going to show the updated, sort of facelifted new portfolio. So I'm just going to break down each in their own way and sort of kind of my thought processes that I had for both, sort of display this new look that I will be using going forward. So let's take a look. So this is the portfolio that I used to graduate with. I graduated from the University of North Florida with a degree in graphic design and digital media. And as you can see very promptly, it's a lot of black and a lot of white. My main thought process with the whole look originally was brutalism, which is a style that I'm still very much into and kind of just updated for my new website. Very prominently state my name and sort of what my focuses are. I still kind of focus on UX design, just not as much as I was before. Just kind of generalized graphic design, logos, brand design, websites, all that sort of stuff. The idea was to keep things a little simple as well. I did do this in Squarespace, which I'm not a super big fan of because I feel like it limits your control capabilities with how you want to place things and style things, which in a style like brutalism is a little bit very much needed in terms of spacing, alignment, all that sort of stuff. My call to action, really small, leading straight to the various projects that I deemed were good enough for this whole thing. And a lot of the layouts are very similar. That's, how you want it to be. You want unity and conformity with your projects. So I'm just gonna show this one. This is Brie. I did this as a group project. It was an app design that I did with two other people that I also graduated with. So this is Brie. It's a app that is integrated with Canvas. If you went to college, you know what Canvas is. And it is sort of set on the idea of making your college life a little friendlier, a little easier by allowing you to meet people that have similar interests as well as similar career paths, so you can, not feel so lonely and intimidated by this big brand new world you're stepping into. Just to break it down, this was a redesign of a project that we had did before under the same name. We just kind of updated the stylization of it and then sort of modernized it a bit so it wasn't all over the place. With a lot of these layouts that I have, it's just, I do show a lot of process. I have links to the actual prototype where I built the stuff and just sort of breaking down every aspect of the design, just generalizations of how stuff works, along with like research, stuff that goes into UX design, is learning how things work and how things don't work and how people perceive them, as well as competitor analyses, finding things that are similar. Obviously, this is not an app that's meant for dating like Tinder and Bumble, but those two apps were most similar to the whole idea of what we were trying to do, as well as breaking down different parts of the whole project itself with logo designs, the wireframes, testing it out, and then building a final design. I also have my about page, which, you know, displays big, bold typing. There's me and my mustache, you know, all of that, including my Instagram, all the sort of ways that I would want somebody to try and reach out to me, as well as, you know, just general experiences, which I don't deem as necessary anymore. I don't need somebody to download my resume. If somebody wants my resume, I'll just email it to them. It's really like not a big deal. Like all of this I feel like was really unnecessary, but like at the time it's what my professors wanted me to include and what they felt was necessary, so that's what I did. Just following on their guidance as well. I mean, I was allowed to make my own decisions, but at the end of the day, this is what got me over the hump and put the diploma in my hand. So it's very straightforward. It's very, you know, this is what it is. To me, it was fun at the time with what I was doing. Just recently, I felt like it needed a change. I mean, I'll show a few more projects. I don't know if I'll put them in the video or not, but I'll just show some of my favorites. Like this one, Il Gioco Siciliano. I was really big into chess in college. Not as much anymore, but this is a experimental publication that focuses on the Sicilian defense in chess, and basically displays how chess is this sort of mental battle that isn't really communicated when you're just watching two people play. It sort of focuses on the idea of like all these mental moves and this mental war that you're having in your head while you're playing the game. And I felt like focusing on one style of how to play was interesting, because it said that when I was researching for the project, it was stated that the Sicilian defense was the most unpredictable, which I felt tied thematically into the whole design. So along with ideation of different ways to draw it about and like lay it out, how I wanted certain spreads to look, along with like a visual approach, whether I wanted it to be more like monochromatic, whether I wanted there to be pops of color, that sort of deal. Again, I do like using black and white, but I also am a big person that likes to use texture. I love layouts as well. That's like one of my favorite things about design, using layouts and typography to communicate a message. And I would say this is one of my favorites, simply because of how I was able to actually play around with the typography and texture at the same time, two of my favorite things, leading into this really nice, like, thought out ordeal. Looking at it now, I do feel like it's a little boring, but that's just me looking at my own work and trying to reflect on what I have improved upon it. So with this, I want to actually show now my new updated facelifted portfolio, which I'm very excited about. So this is the facelifted portfolio. I have obviously added pops of color. I've changed the typography. I have, you know, basically taken the same information and laid it out in a easier, more readable way. I feel like to me, this is more interesting, simply on the basis that the hierarchy is very, very clear. Whereas in my other design, I felt like it kind of had it like leading into one thing. But for me, I felt like this was much, much needed. So I've added a few more things. I've broken it down a little more. Now I have these hover options that allow you to see the project before you actually want to click on it. So I'm piquing your interest, hopefully, before you decide to click on it. Whereas in my other design, it was just italicized as you hovered over it. Same with this. And what I like about this website, I decided to build this in Cargo just because it's a little bit more intuitive with your ability to design, whereas Squarespace is more reliant on a grid system that you can't really control as much. I felt like this was good because I could control the spacing a lot better, and it allowed me to include stuff like this where I could actually have a video of the project where it needed to be present. So sometimes they don't load. Probably that's just because of the size of the file it's having to load, but that's okay. So I have these, and like in my last video, I've been really feeling chartreuse, so I really like this color a lot now. I feel like this is a very interesting pop to what was just simply black and white. I felt like if I kept it black and white, it wouldn't be as interesting. So I also have it leading down here. You can get in touch. I got my links, all this sort of stuff. And now I have a footer. I didn't have a footer in the last one, which, you know, to my own discretion, it didn't really need one, but that's because I only had one page dedicated to the information about myself. So I have that. I tell you where I'm from. I mean, because I'm an older, more experienced designer, I learned from what was and made it better and added to that. So I've also included this, which the information itself is now no longer its own page. It's more of just like an overlaid item that just sort of tells you the same sort of stuff that's in my footer, but if you don't scroll to my footer, you click that, then that's what you're gonna get. Having a picture of myself is not as important. It's more about what I can do rather than what I look like. So same again with the links. I'm trying to figure out still how to get these to just be underlined rather than them highlighting to the same color as the background, but it's still kind of a work in progress. It's about to be made live. I've also added a new posters page where I have included the recon poster that I did in my last video as well. So different designs that I'm going to be doing in the future are probably going to be posted here that are not their own individual large-scale projects. In the same way, I just want to break down another layout, because I feel like with this, I was going for a less is more kind of vibe, still having some of the same information, but just laid out in a different, cleaner way. So I obviously have the same deal. There's a scrolling thing here that keeps your interest, hopefully. I have a link to the prototype that I built it in, as well as all of the ideation that I went over with my classmates. So leading to all this where you can see it for yourself up and close, and then leading to a final design with a scroll where you can see for yourself what it is. And honestly, I should add a back to top deal up here so it can go back, but clicking over here, I mean, still even this, like this is all I need for this project. There was no ideation. I did this for my work that I currently do. I work for Fanatics, and they gave me this prompt to create a fan store for Notre Dame. So like a mobile version of a fan store. And this is all I need. The idea of less is more is I'm just showing you the project. I'm telling you what I did, and you're allowed to see it, and that's the end of it. I feel like laying out something like my chess project is a lot more apparent, as you don't have to scroll continuously to keep seeing each spread, and I can just have them all laid out in one go. You can hold over it and, you know, get a good look at each one if you really want to. But this project also probably needs more of the process, but for myself, it's more of a stylistic choice to not really include some process on some projects. It's more about the end result rather than how you got there sometimes, although that is what some people want to see. But as I go to post this, and hopefully in the future as I develop more projects and add more projects to this, it'll probably just become a longer and longer list of things. It'll be the same layout, and you know, in another 2 or 3 years I'll probably update it again, maybe with a different color or a different font. But for now, this is the new tannergogler.com. This is where if you want to come and find me and, you know, reach out to me for something, then this is where it'll happen. So that's the before and after of my portfolio redesign / facelift. If you want to check it out for yourself, I'm going to leave a link to it in the description of this video. And if you want to collaborate on anything, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram or shoot me an email. Either works. If you enjoyed the video and appreciate my designs, feel free to subscribe. I'm not really sure how else to end the video besides saying thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Alright, bye!